Why are you always talking about Mars, Shane? Why don't you stick around and find out? Well, okay, or unless you've been listening to me for a long time, then you'll know. But I do have some things to say about Mars. Today is going to be a great day, and you want to stick around and make sure you find out why, because I'm telling you, this is going to be some kind of fun. Are you ready to learn some astrology? Are you ready to stick around and listen to me tell you what kind of a great day it's going to be? Here we go. Welcome to DailyAstrocat.com. I'm Shane, your host, right? That's me. And we do all things astrology here, and we have a lot of fun doing it. Anyway, we start off with a bell, and then we got purrs, and then there's a chime, or chimes and then purr, and then we finally have our last bell, which is our Bella, and here we go. So, today is definitely Friday, and it is the 28th. I happen to have taken the day off of work because I'm going to an art exhibit. Yes, I am. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So, moon's in Pisces, support artistic things, right? Become a member of something. That's a good idea. Now, Ramadan begins today for our Islamic friends, and the moon's going to stay in Pisces all day long. So, how are we going to harness this energy? Oh, there's a lot of energy, let me tell you. It's going to be very exciting. Now we've properly set our focus. Hopefully you did your manifestation. And now that we've properly set it, our intent, and along with that, our intentions, we can get down to the business of retracing some actions that we may have taken that may not be the most optimal thing, right? There may be something we could tweak just a little bit better, right? I think that could be something that we could work on. Now, our minds are now used to the diffuse and different path that information seems to take with Mercury in Pisces. Try living with it 365 days a year if you think it's been tough. Now, you may have noticed that some of this, people have been aggressive, especially when it comes to their homes and stuff like that. And what they've been doing is they've been throwing a lot of weight behind their aggression. The funny thing is that if they were to wait and just express it properly, they would get the full enjoyment out of what they purchased without the little bit of compensation that they had by putting all that energy into complaining and being miserable. If you focus on creative things instead of trying to make other people miserable, you would find that the creativity part pays off much bigger amounts than the piddly money that you're going to get because I'm not happy, right? Not happy. I need compensation. Sure. Make yourself happy. Your happiness doesn't depend on me. It depends on you. That's what you're going to really be happy with. And this is going to be where we're doing it, okay? That thought pattern of Mercury and Pisces, intuitive, creative, something that we can work with. It's very, very much something that we can just grab hold of and just make happen, right? It's like we're holding the paintbrushes, all the paintbrushes. Or maybe we're holding all the pencils. Or maybe we're just got something nice and, that we can just bite right into. Now, get used to all this, okay? Because this is an exercise this is a higher vibrational exercise. This is what we're going to use to be able to ascend above the level of the mundane, the people complaining, finger pointing, and all that stuff. We don't want to be there. We want to be higher than that. We want to be creating for everybody else, to bring everybody else along the way. Now, today's keyword is symbolism. And the color is a light blue aura. Okay, we feel as if we are properly prepared to embark on an inner journey. That ocean I told you about, right? The ship going through it, heading, purpose, direction, Mars, Aries, right? 0 degree. Water goes to Pisces, water goes to Aquarius. It's been profound as we seek to move forward into the new reality that will exist when Saturn and Neptune both enter Aries. Oh, the boat's got passengers now, doesn't it? Now, look, the form will have been dissolved. That's right. We're just going to dissolve everything, right? It just all becomes one with all of that. And now we're just left with initiative, initiation, intentions, creation. That creative point, that point of boom, the spark, the creativity. Who knows? It could be the point of the Big Bang. It's universal, right? Now, think about it. The Sabian symbol for 1 Aries is aquatic in nature. Who's seen this coming? Maybe we just felt it intuitively, right? Yeah, that seems more like it. Okay, now, with it being intuitive in nature, what have I been saying about this point all along? I said that, look, it's the point itself is a woman emerges from the water as a seal embraces her. That's kind of cool, right? That just really, for 1 Aries, the woman emerges. She's transformed. Transformation. The seal is embracing her. Oh, it's Venusian. It's Venus and Pisces all over again. Now, Venus and Pisces is exalted. In Aries, when she returns, she's reborn. We're going to be facing this again, born anew, with a new attitude and a new burning kind of action and dare I say, sexuality behind it and everything. That Venus in Aries is going to drive forward. And that's not all of it, though, because we're going to have Venus in Aries, we're going to have Mercury in Aries, we're going to have the Sun in Aries. Everybody's going to be in Aries at one point. Still about Pisces right now, but we are moving towards that transformation point. And that's the thing you have to know about. You're elevating yourself as you go along by being creative, by doing the things, by not overreacting, by not demanding the compensation, but using your powers that you're given to you to be creative. And that way, you're going to be able to ask for much, much more. Now, Venus, her retrograde, that's going to be tomorrow, okay? That's tomorrow. That's Saturday. That's going to be Saturday. The moon in all this is in the water. She sinks into the west. She rises from the east. She rises from it daily, according to the ancients, if you were to look at it as an ancient. And I'm sure that the moon being watery and feminine, that's no accident. The ancients knew, and it was probably one of their very first observations that they made. Think about it. The moon sinks into the water. Sun sinks into the water. They both go to the same place. The moon and the sun go to the same place. And they probably also noticed that the moon influenced the tides. Pretty basic stuff, right? I mean, you sit there, you look at it long enough, you're like, moon, full, tide, higher. Okay. Moon, there, tide's higher. Okay. You got that down, right? Now, the moon in her power, she's in her power and glory right now. She loves being in Pisces. This is a great place to be. The sun was right there. Pisces, creative, empathetic. Oh, your emotional support luminaries, right? That's what we're doing. And she's going to deliver the favor of Mars. She's going to deliver it to first Saturn and then Mercury. That kiss of action, that kiss of let's go, let's do it. Are you next? Yes. You may be sensing an attraction. You may be. The air is filled with hopes, aspirations, sage, and incantations. Is this Venus? All right. Now that I'm done with that, in 1904, Vincent d'Indy, his second symphony in B premieres. Now, who is Vincent d'Indy, and why does this matter? In 1904, Vincent d'Indy was a significant figure in French classical music. Okay, he was a composer and teacher. He's born on March 27th. Bing, 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 bing. Didn't know that going into this. 1851, and died on November 2nd of 1931. Born in Paris and died in Paris. Born in Paris, died in Paris. He came from an aristocratic background. Okay, now he was a student and disciple of César Franck, and he played a crucial role in promoting Franck's music. He composed a wide range of works, including symphonies, operas, and chamber music. One of his most well-known pieces is Symphony on a French Mountain Air. So basically, it's almost like the folk music thing that was going on with Ralph Vaughan Williams and stuff like that, only French. A highly influential teacher, he co-founded the Scola Cantorum de Paris, a renowned music school, and he taught at the Paris Conservatoire. And many notable composers were his students. There you go. A lot of students, right? Now, he aimed to reform French symphonic music and dramatic music, drawing inspiration from composers like Bach, Beethoven, and Wagner. He sought to move away from what he perceived as the superficiality of some French musical traditions. There's also a music school named after him in Montreal, of all places. Imagine that. I hope this is informative. And our birth is one John Tenniel. Now, not a household name. However, if you're a fan of a certain book, an old book, but a very much beloved book, you would know that he was the illustrator behind Alice in Wonderland. He was born in London in 1820, and he died in 1914. Now, he's known as both an illustrator and a cartoonist. He worked on a paper or a magazine called Punch in the UK, and very highly regarded, right? Through the looking glass. You know those figures, you know those drawings, right? Had a long-lasting impact. He actually was knighted for his artistic achievements, and yeah, his work is absolutely fantastic, and that's all I have for you. Some inspiration from John Tenniel. Musical inspiration from Vincent Dindy. That's what we got for you today. Before we get in today, let's recount. Our color is a light blue aura, and the keyword is symbolism. Today is an 8. That's a good day. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you. Happy astrocatting.